Now let's take it back for a second. What type of student were you in school?
Actually, I was an honor roll student, but like I like the gang shit caught up with me like sophomore year really. Like I lived in Madison, Wisconsin, from like 6th grade to 8th grade. Graduated middle school there. Started getting in trouble. My pops came and snatched me, brought me to the city. Went to South Shore. My freshman year, I got expelled for a big fight, and then I didn't go to school until sophomore year. I went to school sophomore year at John Hope College Prep. I was a good student, honor roll student. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the shit that was going on in my neighborhood. You know, I've always been from 59th King Drive, born and raised. So, like, I've always been kind of bigger than people, just taller. So, coming from fighting and beating niggas up, people was really waiting on me coming from school, shooting at me, like literally like shooting at me. So, I really dropped out of school for the fact that it wasn't safe. Like, I couldn't, either on my way there or on my way home, somebody was trying to kill me just because of a fight or a discrepancy or a female or a bitch. A female, really, that's really what it was. So I was a good student. Like, I could have went back to school, but, you know what I'm saying, I just was like, no. Then I started seeing the fast money come out the streets too. I was really like, nah, you know what, I ain't making no money in school, you know what I'm saying, I ain't doing none of that. And I always been popular though, you know. I always was a nigga in the hallway, all the females, you know, whatever the case was. I was always on my shit, you know. I got parents. Like, people don't sit down and say they got parents. My parents not together, but I got both of my parents, you know what I'm saying? My pops don't play that shit, you know what I'm saying? My mom, she cool, but she don't play that shit. So I was in school, doing the right things, you know what I'm saying? Like, then a lot of people from my neighborhood were straight A students, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll look at him and think like, oh, he's a killer, man. That man, okay, he a killer, but man, he's an honor roll student. You know what I'm saying? So it's way bigger than the street shit, but I was a good student. You know what I'm saying? I just got caught up in the streets. That's about it.
Jobs you had growing up, if any?
I really never had a job. I had a job. I worked at the Madison Mallards baseball stadium in Madison, Wisconsin when I was like 13. And then I did construction on and off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was never old enough, so I was getting paid under the table, and I never felt like they was paying me enough. You know what I'm saying? So I always just stopped doing that. And then like little moving companies, like some of the big ass from my hood, I have moving companies, whatever, I helped them out. But I wasn't with that, moving big ass TVs and shit like that. Nah, you know what? I'm kind of, you know, smoke a lot of weed. I'm kind of a lazy dude when it comes to certain shit. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? If it comes with too much and I don't feel like I'm getting paid enough for it, just went in. So I really haven't had a job. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was into the street money shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I found out how to sell weed early, and then, you know, just other things, started selling other things. I actually caught a case about 2012 out of state. You know what I'm saying? Fucking around, you know what I'm saying, with the narcotics. I ain't been back fucking with that shit since. So, definitely.
Any crazy customer stories dealing with those jobs that you had? Like the baseball or the construction or the moving company? Any crazy customer stories dealing with that or no?
I mean, like, like crazy story within myself. I used to steal all the tips from the baseball stadium. Oh, I was hitting them off, man. Me and a few people. Like, it'll be so many tips. I'll clean them out. Fuck that paycheck. I had them tips, like, so I was cool. Every time our paycheck came around, I was good because we was hitting them off for the, you know. Then there was a lot of Mexicans. They wanted to come. They get drunk and want to fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just like, it was more. It was like, it'd probably be like 10% black people, like 40% whites. You know what I'm saying? The 50% Mexicans really at the baseball games, and they get some beer in them, and them boys. I've seen a lot of fights at that baseball stadium. Definitely a lot of fights, a lot of live fights. Almost got me fired for not wanting to work and look. I'm watching, I'm missing out. I want to see what they got going on. Then I got one crazy story. I found a gun moving somebody's stuff out their crib. It was an old man. He had an old school like 38 revolver. And you know, when I found it, you know what I'm saying, I put it back, and the guys that was working with me tried to steal it. And before we was done, you know, the man was asking for his gun. That man up like a Marsburg pump on us for that little ass gun. Hey, I didn't have nothing to do with that, sir. Don't kill me over no old ass rusty ass gun, man. But yeah, it's not really too much crazy stories, but yeah.
What's the worst thing you put your parents through?
It's crazy because, you know, from being shot, going to jail, you know, just my street life, the rap career, you know, like putting me more in the spotlight on top of the stuff that is already going on in the streets, you know, like stressing the hell out of my parents. So, you know, getting girls pregnant early ages type shit. I was popping shit off at 14, like, you know what I'm saying, 13. You know what I'm saying? So I put my parents through a lot, really, like, to make them stress and worry. But you know what I'm saying? I've always, like, I smoked weed at an early age. You know what I'm saying? Just toting guns, stealing cars and shit. You know, just regular street shit. That from me coming from a kid who stayed in the house and wanted to play video games and didn't want to go outside until when I got to 12, 13, 14 and shit. Now I want to come outside, and I'm getting into all of this fucked up activity. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, just a lot of my life is just put my parents in fucked up positions, had them worried about me and shit, you know. So it's basically like, you know what I'm saying, just my life, period. Like, it's every day I know my parents worry about me. So, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm my mom's youngest, you know what I'm saying? I'm my pop's oldest boy. So, you know, I could say just my life, my life itself, just like putting them through a lot, just by me being who I am, by me being affiliated with what goes on in the streets. You know, they never know, you know what I'm saying, I won't make it home, you know what I'm saying, or I can go to jail for a long time or whatever the case is, and I done put them through that, bit scares of being shot and going to jail and facing 10, 15 years, you know what I'm saying, so I definitely put them through a lot, but you know, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now, you know, staying out the way, keep them from stressing, stay out the city, you know what I'm saying, just move around and just, you know, do something better with myself. Just work on the rap. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to really worry about what's going on in the city of Chicago if I'm not there. Out of sight, out of mind. So basically, like, so, you know, I would really say, like, just me being me, just putting my parents through a lot, because I don't take no shit from nobody. So that's why I'm always into a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Out the streets, I was 16. But niggas putting, you know what I'm saying, 10, 15,000 on my head just because of me defending myself and what I had to do to other people. Now it's just like, oh man, we gotta kill. You know what I'm saying? So for my parents to have to hear this, like my pops will tell you, he was hearing my name in the streets and didn't know this is the same nigga that's sleeping in the same house with him, and you know what I'm saying, like, and everything. Like, you know, he hearing Breezy, but I'm hearing about this Breezy nigga. And when he found out it was me, he almost collapsed. Nigga, you Breezy? Man, what the fuck is you doing out here, man? Your name, man, these niggas over here, you done did this, these niggas did. I was denying it for so long until, you know, like, well, yep, I'm that fucked up guy out the streets that they either terrified of or they, you know, they want to do something to. So, you know, but, you know what I'm saying, I can definitely just say my life, period. It's just putting my parents through a lot, stress, and probably giving them gray hairs like a motherfucker. But you know, they cool now. I'm doing my thing, getting some money, saying fuck all that gang banging shit, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's about nothing. It's about money. You can't survive without no money out here. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Got a 3-year-old son. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling how many more kids on the way or out there, you know? So, live a fast life, man. So,
what's your message to the youth?
Man, go to school, man. do something productive with your life. Especially don't gang bang, man. Like, you know, like you probably don't have a lot of people say this, but like if I can turn back the hands of time and do shit totally different, I'll go back and do something different. I'm 6'5", you know, I could have been somebody's shooting guard, you know what I'm saying? I could have been somebody's defensive end, anything, you know what I'm saying? Baseball player, football player, whatever. Like I know the youth look at the music and look at what we doing and just find this shit so cool, man. There's nothing cool about this shit. There's nothing cool about having to look over your shoulder everywhere you go. And you know what I'm saying, you can't even feel comfortable in your own city. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, it's not what it's, you know what I'm saying, all hyped up to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, coming from 60 Breezy, you know what I'm saying? It's street nigga, man. Just to the youth, man. It's like, do what the fuck your parents tell you to do. Take your little ass to school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really, like me personally, I wouldn't say I agree with jobs and shit, because I don't agree with them taking money out for taxes, all that shit that's, you know, your hard-earned money. You know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like paychecks be enough, but you can become a doctor. You can become, you know what I'm saying, a millionaire basketball player, football player, anything. So, like, basically to the youth, just stay out the streets. The streets is not where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely not where you want to be. This shit seem cool with the guns and whatever the case is, or we out here, we posted. But at the end of the day, what you getting out of this? Like, you know, like either you gonna go to jail or you gonna die, or you gonna make it out some type of way. Like, and a lot of people don't make it out. So like you seeing me, I got an opportunity because my story is so authentic. I could have been dead a long time ago. You know how many bullets I done dodged in my life? How many friends I seen killed? You know what I'm saying, right in front of me, or died in my arms, or whatever the case is. So basically to the youth, just do the right thing, man. You know, go to school. I ain't telling you to go to college or whatever, preach all that shit to you, but just, you know, get your high school diploma and go do something with your life, man. You know what I'm saying? You can be a truck driver, you can be a doctor, you can be a teacher, you can be anything, whatever makes you happy, really do it. But, you know what I'm saying, gangbanging not gonna make you happy. Being in the streets not gonna make you happy. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit ain't gonna really make you happy, because you're gonna take a lot of pain come along with that. If you ain't experienced the pain, you're not really in the streets. So, you know what I'm saying? Just live a good life. Go get married, go have children. Don't worry about nobody trying to do nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? Just basically, just do the right things. You know what I'm saying? Stay out the streets. 100% stay out the streets. Streets saying this shit ain't cool.